Well, guys, I'm back again. Hope everybody's doing okay, and Happy New Year. It's been since June of 2021 that I last posted this video on this vehicle. It's a 2000 Ford Windstar SEL, has the 3.8 liter V6 engine in it. And since that original posting, I've gotten tons of private messages, emails, and suggestions on the channel, which uh, are great ideas, but I have done many of them, and I've prepared a list today again to go over what I've done. And just for quality purposes, what I did was I used Ford parts, didn't use any aftermarket parts. Everything is Ford parts. Uh, just to go over quickly what I have done is I've had the heads redone, all new guides, new stem seals, complete valve job, had them flow tested, had them checked to make sure there was absolutely no leakage. Suggestion that has come through many a time has been the harmonic balancer. That has been replaced, double checked. It is for this vehicle. Now I have heard, I've seen other channels, one on a Mustang, I believe it was 97 or something like that, 98 model, 99, that there was a couple of different harmonic balancers that were used. And so I am going to look into that and possibly see, but the one that I have on here currently is from Ford for this specific vehicle. Um, Everything on this vehicle has been replaced, as in the new timing chains, new gears, new tensioners. Uh, I've checked the balance shaft. It's in absolute perfect condition. The bushings and the bearings are perfect. When replacing all that, it has been perfectly realigned, mechanical timing wise. I even put in new lifters. We did a check on the camshaft with a runout gauge to check, make sure that the cam lobes were not worn um, unevenly or anything like that. Everything was perfect on that. Of course, new gaskets throughout the entire engine. Uh, Everything again from Ford. New Motorcraft spark plugs, gapped at the proper setting for this particular engine. New EGR valve was replaced. I even went through all the tubing, the exhaust tubing, to make sure that it was done correctly, or that it was clean and everything was flowing properly. New DPFE module was placed on here from Ford. The synchronizer cap and the actual shaft itself was replaced from Ford. It's been placed in here. My original thought on this thing when I first got it was the torque converter vibrating, and I was convinced absolutely that that's what the problem was. But after tearing the motor down, putting a brand new Ford torque converter in here, it's proven not to be the case, and I went ahead and replaced the flex plate with a Ford flex plate. All new transmission seals while I was already there. New idle air controller, IAC, from Ford. I ended up having to go ahead and get the motor mounts as well. Might as well get those while I was there. The other ones that I saw that were aftermarket were, I don't know, kind of like putting jelly or jello in, and they just didn't seem very firm. So I went ahead and got Ford trans mounts and motor mounts and put them in. Went ahead and replaced the power steering pump. It was leaking a little bit. So then I also tested the exhaust backflow, back pressure on it. It was nearly zero. It was less than 2 for sure. I believe that's the standard. And again, I cleaned all the EGR ports that are inside the intake manifold, the middle intake manifold. They were cleaned, absolutely perfectly clean. The new hoses, EGR to DPFE, all that was replaced. I've done a smoke test on this thing twice, under even higher pressures than normal, and it is completely vacuum leak free. It's been scanned several times with pico scopes, by professionals that know exactly what they're looking for. The only thing that wasn't replaced in here were the rings, but the compression was, I mean, dead spot on. This car has now 210,000 miles, but when this was done, it had about 195, I think, on it, and it was in an amazing shape. So, but we checked, made sure there's no play, no issues on the pistons. Like I said, the compression would show a lot of that if it were bad. So, but when we put in the timing gear, everything was spot on. It was replaced. Mechanical timing was absolutely placed in perfect. But so the crankshaft, of course, was at 12 o'clock. Camshaft gear 6. Everything was placed in there correctly. So Minnie suggested removing the serpentine belt and running the engine to see if it might be an accessory that's causing the issue, and I did that. Sometimes the pros miss things that many of you viewers can actually suggest, and you've seen it, and maybe the pros haven't run into it. But I tried that, and it just shook quieter is all I could say. But it continues to vibrate, as you could see there in the beginning of the video. It's rather aggravating, but I really hope somebody out there can do this, and I'm willing to send somebody $100 cash if they can figure out, you know, if they suggest something that isn't crazy, you know, to do expensive that hasn't already been done. I'll send somebody $100 if they come up with something that you know has that solves this issue, because like I said, I've had the pros look at it, I've had Ford look at it, I put quality parts in this car, and I've got other cars to drive, but now this has just become a personal issue. I've taken it personally. It's a challenge now to figure out why this engine continues to vibrate despite having all of this work done. And this engine isn't my first engine ever. I've built many an engine, 800 horsepower Mustangs, that kind of thing. You can see the engines on the other videos that I've built, but I just don't understand why. But I'm looking forward to more comments. If you would, please like and subscribe and share the video. Somebody out there has had this issue before and can send me a suggestion that will solve this, and again, I'll share it as well to make sure that somebody else that might be having this issue that happens upon the video can solve the problem, because it's aggravating. The vehicle gets almost 18 miles to the gallon. It burns no oil whatsoever. It's a very smooth riding vehicle for a 2000 model, you know, year, and it's really not a bad vehicle at all to actually drive. It's a minivan, but you know, it's still not a bad vehicle at all to drive. So if you would continue with the suggestions, and please subscribe. Every one of you subscribers help me get this video out. If you like it and you share it, I really need to figure this out. And like I said, it's just become a real personal thing now versus just, you know, getting it solved. I want to donate this vehicle to somebody that's in need, and I just cannot bring myself to do it, to give this vehicle to somebody with it in its current state. It's not unsafe. I don't believe it's unsafe. It's just, it's not correct, and I want it that way before I donate this vehicle to somebody, so that they feel comfortable in this vehicle and they're able to travel safely. So if you would, please like and subscribe this video, and I'll keep you updated on the suggestions that are out there, and please make your own suggestions. I really appreciate every one of them, and I hope I get one here soon that solves this mystery, and I will send $100 cash to whoever finally figures this out. So take care, stay safe, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.